Imagine being 200,000 miles from Earth when your spacecraft suddenly explodes. 3 astronauts were trapped in space, and they had almost no way home. It was April 11, 1970. NASA launched Apollo 13 toward the moon with astronauts Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes. They were supposed to become the 3rd crew to land on the moon. For almost 2.5 days, everything looked normal. Then, on April 13th, the crew had just finished a television broadcast. 9 minutes later, boom! An oxygen tank in the service module exploded. Warning lights erupted across the spacecraft. Swigert radioed Mission Control. "Houston, we've had a problem here." The situation was terrifying. The crew had lost their primary oxygen supply and their normal electrical system. The moon landing was immediately abandoned. Now the mission had only one objective: get the 3 men home alive. Mission Control made a desperate decision. The astronauts climbed into the lunar module, Aquarius. The spacecraft designed to land them on the moon would now become their lifeboat. But there was another deadly problem. Dioxide was building up. The lunar module's carbon dioxide filters couldn't last long enough. Engineers on Earth had to invent a solution using whatever materials the astronauts already had. They improvised an adapter using plastic bags, cardboard, and tape. It worked. The astronauts could keep breathing. But they were still flying toward the moon. They couldn't simply turn around. Instead, they used the moon's gravity to slingshot the spacecraft back toward Earth. Lovell manually helped align the spacecraft for the critical maneuver. One mistake could mean missing Earth completely. The crew then faced another terrifying problem: power. They had to conserve almost every watt of electricity. The temperature inside the spacecraft dropped dramatically. The astronauts became cold, exhausted, and dehydrated. But they kept working. For days, NASA engineers and flight controllers worked around the clock. The crew transferred back into the command module, Odyssey. Then they separated from Aquarius. The damaged spacecraft plunged toward Earth. For several terrifying minutes, radio contact disappeared during re-entry. Then, "Roger, we have you." Apollo 13 splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean. All 3 astronauts survived. They never landed on the moon. But they accomplished something arguably even more remarkable. They survived a disaster 200,000 miles from Earth and came home alive. NASA later called Apollo 13 a successful failure. If this story amazed you, please like and subscribe to the Against All Odds channel for more unbelievable true stories.